Monday started off the work week pretty rough. It was cold and windy, but Billy was in the shop working on the Malibu in the heat where it was nice and warm. I, on the other hand, I had work to do outside, and the cold was kicking my butt. I need to get the dump truck out to take it up to the farm for Jeremy to use it to clean up some of his mess up there. Well, the skid loader's parked in front of it and the battery's dead. The jump pack wouldn't touch it. So I hooked up the jumper cables to the dually and got it started, and then went to fire up the dump truck. Well, guess what? The cold got to it too. So I called Jeremy and told him I was going to be a little late, and he reassured me the battery in that truck should be fine. Just put jumper cables on it, it should fire up. Well, not so much. After the third attempt to start it, I decided I'd had enough. I can't believe that the truck I just put brand new batteries in isn't roadworthy, and the truck that is roadworthy has dead batteries. Whatever. I go ahead and unhook the trailer off the dually, throw the battery up on the flatbed, and me and June Pup head down to see Mark. I'm sure he's probably got a brand new battery in stock down there that fits my needs. At least I hope so. Well. The other half of the equation's here today.
Nice.
You don't have to deal with Uncle Bucko this time.
Really? Today? I was ready for him.
Poor old Mark. Jeremy's not the only one that screws with him on a regular basis. June Pup messes with him too. When I told Mark the dump truck needs batteries, he couldn't hardly believe it. He just sold me 3 of them. Where's Jeremy at? He's up there at the farm cleaning up his freaking trash mess. He's got scrap or something. I don't know. I got to take that dump truck up there and the battery's dead. So now I got to replace the battery in this dump truck.
The one he just worked on?
No, the other one. Hell, the one we got new batteries in isn't roadworthy.
It sounds like we're not going to see him for a while then. So
you sound hopeful.
Maybe all week.
Mark went into the dentist the other day to get a tooth pulled, and they couldn't do it because he had high blood pressure, and I swear it's because of Jeremy. Do you think that maybe Uncle Bucko has something to do with your high blood pressure?
I think he might have a little bit to do with it.
Just before I left, Mark sprung something else on me.
I got this color mixed up for you, for your sun visors.
How in the hell did you even know I needed color for my sun visor?
I know everything. I got to keep track of you guys. So Jeremy sent me a picture.
Yeah.
He said you ordered the wrong sun visors.
No, I ordered the only sun visor that was available.
No, he said you ordered the wrong one.
No, he's full of Now he's starting on me the way he does on you. You can mix up vinyl dye?
Well, sure I can. Look, right there. Look, right there.
God bless old Mark. He helped me carry that battery out to the dually and sent me on my way. So I head back to the shop with old June Pup. Try our luck with getting this dump truck started. This time it fired right up, and what do you know, I got oil pressure. Time to hit the road and make my way up to the farm to go see Jeremy. Now I know that my mom and dad's been after him for quite a while to clean up some of his messes up there. I told you he's like Oscar the Grouch. Well, he's like Oscar the Grouch for real. That's not even a joke. He ordered a dumpster to be dropped off, and I know they've got 2 big trash cans. I can't imagine the size mess that requires not only the dumpster and 2 trash cans, but an entire dump truck to clean up. Something tells me I'm going to be spending some time up at the farm this week helping clean up after Jeremy. That's just a hunch. Somehow I get the feeling he and my dad haven't been doing as much cleaning up out there as they have been dinking around with Jeremy's 36 Chevy coupe here lately. They set a small block Chevy down in it, and that was the first thing he wanted me to see as soon as I got there. Now I gotta admit, I really like Jeremy's 36 Chevy coupe, but it needs a lot of work. Maybe we'll get to that here sometime soon, because there's no end to the projects available to us up at the farm. Well, Oscar, I brought the dump truck back so that you can clean up your trash.
About time.
About time?
Took you all day. You're supposed
What?
to be here like 2 hours ago.
Oh, the battery was dead.
Oh, Jesus.
I had to go to Mark's and get a brand new battery for it.
Well, you got to start it every once in a while.
Oh, here we go with a maintenance.
Intro and go out and fire it up and take off in it.
Jeremy absolutely delights in giving me a hard time. And I don't mind giving him a hard time too, especially when I find wrenches out of my toolbox that have been missing and he denies that he has them. Whatever. I take my wrench back to the shop, put it in place, and guess what? There's another one missing. It was about this time that Billy asked me to go down to the gas station and get some racing gas to put in the standalone for the Malibu. They're almost done wiring up the nitrous kit, and the last thing they need is a little bit of gas. And what can I say? I just couldn't resist the temptation to jump in that 64. If you've never driven an old coil spring Chevy pickup truck, let me tell you something. These things ride like you're on air. It drives so incredibly nice. It shifts nice and smooth. The brakes are wonderful. It's just an absolute joy to jump in this thing and run errands. I make my way down to the truck stop at 3770 to get a couple gallons of Cam 2. They sell it right out of the pump. The truck gets a lot of attention at the gas stations while I'm filling up cans. Everybody wants to talk about it and ask questions. But eventually I head back to the shop so I can drop off this fuel for the kids, and they're chomping at the bit to take that Malibu out for a first test run. After I got done working in the shop, I came in and caught the tail end of Miss Vicky trying to sweep the kitchen. The dogs absolutely love to bite that sweeper, and it drives Vicky nuts. June and Chevy tag team this thing on a regular basis. Tuesday morning, I come down to find some mail on the kitchen table. One thing that I found interesting was this box with happy birthday tape. I pull out this canister and set it on the table, and I notice something is wrong. There's a spring inside of it. I have a sneaking suspicion this is a glitter bomb. So I readdress it to Uncle Bucko.
Well, well, well. If it isn't Uncle Bucko, guess what? You're not going to believe this. You're starting to get fan mail.
I am?
Yep.
I haven't seen it. What is that?
It says to Uncle Bucko, and it came in a box that said happy birthday. I think this end opens.
Gotta get up first here early in the morning to get me, folks.
Wait till you go home tonight and your old lady's like, why you covered in stripper glitter?
Notice the only thing I got was my hand.
No, it's all over your coat. You're sparkling everywhere. Hey! Happy birthday, Uncle Bucko.
That was addressed to Bill, but he slid it off on you.
Yeah, but we're gonna get little Billy with this sucker. We're gonna change this off and put him on there and watch him open it, because he's not gonna be as cautious as I am.
I was extra
I'm
cautious.
surprised that you even caught it.
When I opened that, I set it on the table, and as soon as I set it on the table, I could feel the spring inside of it. And I said, I know what this is.
So do we know who it's from?
No, I don't know who sent it.
Oh boy.
Now, if it was me, the spring would have a little bit more pressure, and there would be a whole lot more glitter in it. Someone was really actually pretty gentle on us.
Now you got a mess to clean up.
So once we get done wishing Uncle Bucko a happy birthday, I pull the Malibu out so we can bring the 64 Chevy pickup truck back inside and get busy finishing up some final touches now that we've got exhaust on it. We've got quite a bit of work to do on the transmission, hooking up the TV cable for the 700R4, and we still need to put the gas pedal back on the floor. We also have a couple little brake problems, but we'll get to that shortly. Once the TV cable and the gas pedal was reinstalled, it was time to take it out for a test drive, and I decided to let Jeremy drive it himself, because I know there's a problem with the brakes, and I want him to be driving it when he realizes he has yet again adjusted a set of rear brakes way too tight. It took less than 15 minutes of driving for the problem to clearly present itself.
Huh?
Who thought this was a great idea?
Hey, Jeremy's fan mail.
Why aren't you cleaning it up? I didn't send it to myself. I got shit to do.
Yeah, what are you doing, by the way?
Straightening out your brake drum mess.
Oh, another brake drum mess.
Your brake drum mess.
Yeah. For some reason, every set of brake drums I get catch fire when they're installed by you.
Wow.
I called this the other day. What's the problem, Uncle Bucko?
You got involved.
He hasn't even got the drum off and he's already blaming me.
That has nothing to do with it. You've caught 3 or 4 sets of brakes on fire before this. You can't blame it on a drum.
Here,
It doesn't matter. They're re-drilled. That has nothing to do.
No centering the rotor.
Bullshit. There is no. Oh my God.
Half-assed setup.
That's what happens every time you touch rear drum brakes, Jeremy. Oh my God.
I had to walk away. I jumped into Malibu to head down to Mark's to go pick up some parts that we need in the Malibu and check out my new shifter handle with the nitrous. This is where we put the arming switch between the gauges where we didn't have to drill a hole in the factory dash.
You in a good mood today?
I'm in a good mood, Bill.
Well, that's about to change.
Oh, great.
Just kidding. I need some vacuum line, and I need a 180 thermostat for a small block Chevy. And let me think. I got to get to my notes. Hang on.
Okay.
All right, you got my heat shrink.
Got your 4 foot of heat shrink.
Oh my
Jimmy.
God, I'll
4
cut
foot,
that.
Bill. There ain't nobody.
Who
that
sells
A1
heat
Auto
shrink
Parts-
in 4 feet?
A1 Auto Parts sells 4 foot tubes of heat shrink. Nobody else has got 4 foot. Guaranteed.
That's what she said. My oil filters, I got my thermostat gasket, my vacuum tee, my vacuum line, Kenny's 5/8 spark plug socket. We're set.
Hey, all in a matter of like 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Unlike Uncle Bucko.
but I need another brake drum for that 64 C10. You sent me a defective one.
Oh. No way. I can't.
That's
happen.
what Uncle Bucko says.
No.
Listen.
I need to make a stop over and double check. I can see that because
He has caught at least 3 sets of rear brake drums on fire, and today he almost caught one more.
Well, no wonder something's wrong with it.
Because it's defective because of you. That's what he says.
Is that what he said?
That's what he said.
The heat had nothing to do with it.
The adjustment had absolutely nothing to do
Oh,
with it.
that's just great. No wonder I have high blood pressure.
Did you take your blood pressure meds
I
today?
did,
Because
yes.
wait till he calls you about this
Oh,
brake
I'm
drum.
gonna
You're going to
double
need it.
up. I'm doubling down.
Well, what have you accomplished while I was gone?
Door seals.
Door seals?
Yeah.
Oh.
Now when you eat Taco Bell, you need to beware.
Huh?
Yeah, when you eat Taco Bell, you need to beware because now your stink is going to go flying out the door.
I don't eat Taco Bell, and I don't stink. Dude, that looks good. Look at that. Oh, Uncle Bucko. We got door seals. We got chrome sill plates. I need to go to JUG so I can go get some parts of this carburetor. I want to work on it tonight because it's got that stumble in it. I want to work on that. So I'm going to take Kenny and go to JUG's. You won't set anything on fire while I'm gone, will you?
I ain't promising nothing.
Kenny Powers, would you like to go to JUG's with me?
Yep. I'm driving.
You're driving? Wait a minute. Have you ever driven anything with nitrous before?
Nope, but I can drive anything on wheels.
Kenny freaking Powers. That AMX is giving you this little bit of confidence.
Yeah, a little bit.
You think you can handle that Malibu with some spray? You've never driven anything with nitrous?
Nope.
Today's the day. We're going to JUG's.
Don't be wrecking nothing. I got my hands full fixing this. You're not making more projects.
You ain't gotta worry about me wrecking.
That's Kenny Powers. Oh, you're going too? All right, get in the back. All right, Kenny Powers, listen to me. This is a high-performance machine, unlike that AMX that you drove the other day. Copy? Yep. All right. This switch arms the nitrous. This button
Go fast button.
now purge it through the motor a little bit. See it? Bang it through the motor. There we go. All right, you ready? Hit the gas and get ready to shift. How's that, Kenny Powers? June's happy.
Happy?
All right, let's go to JUG's.
Smiling.
Just test drove the Malibu.
Oh boy.
We just popped his nitrous cherry.
Listen, wait, hold up.
What?
We saw how he test drove Austin's car.
He
And
can
you
drive
let him-
anything.
First time with spray?
Yeah, first time.
He did it.
Holy smokes.
God, what is Jeremy doing?
Straighten this hunk of shit out.
shutter thing.
Oh. All I know is he's been slamming that door all day.
Adjusting it for the door seal.
Once we got done with the door seals and slamming doors, I had Jeremy put the thing up on the lift so we could get this vacuum switch and TCC solenoid hooked up on the 700R4. That way, when it goes into overdrive, it locks the converter and doesn't overheat the transmission. So the first thing we need to do is run a wire from a 12-volt switch source on the key down to the transmission. This wire will connect to one side of the vacuum switch, and the other side of the vacuum switch will connect to the plug on the side of the transmission case. That way, when you come to a stop at high vacuum, it unlocks the torque converter clutch. I took the truck out for a test drive with the TCC switch working, and the converter locked up perfectly. The only problem is the gear changes are tight and stacked on top of one another, just like the Malibu. So I took the truck on into town, filled it up with gas, then we brought it back, and I decided to work on getting the headlights wired up behind the grill. They haven't been wired up yet, and until I get that done, we can't drive the truck at night. So I break out my test light and figure out which wire's which, high and low beam, and we get the headlights all straightened up, as well as the turn signals working.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the shop. So the last 2 days have been very, very busy here at Old Man's Garage. As you've probably already seen on Street Racing Channel, Billy and Rob and Kenny and Uncle Bucko, everybody kind of ganged up on that Malibu and knocked that suspension and rear sway bar out, and the car drives so much better. It's really nice. Not that it didn't drive good before, but it kind of felt like your grandpa's Cadillac. Real spongy. You know what I mean? It just wallered kind of all over the road. And as long as you were driving in a straight line and not trying to go fast, it was good. But boy, I'll tell you what, that thing was really, really nasty. If you watch the video
of us down at Edgewater, you could see the steering input. You'd have to turn the steering wheel almost a half a turn or quarter turn to the left to go straight under acceleration because of the deflection in the rear suspension. But we've got that taken care of. We've got the nitrous kit on, and we got to let Kenny drive it today. That's the first time he's ever driven a car, I think probably even that fast, or with nitrous. So that was really cool. It was really cool. And I really wanted to do that for a specific reason. That footage of Kenny driving that Nitrous Malibu for the first time captures the essence of what I'm trying to do with that car. I'm trying to introduce people who may have never used nitrous before or never had anything like that. It was just pure, unadulterated happiness for Kenny. Now, Kenny doesn't show much. He doesn't talk much. He doesn't let on too much about what he's got thinking in his head, but he had a good time. And that's what we're here to do. We're here to have a good time. We're not here for a long time. We're just here for a good time. So that was really cool. I was glad we got to do that with Kenny because it's going to rain here the next 2 or 3 days, it looks like. The weather looks like total garbage. So I wanted to get as much done today as I could with the Malibu and shoot some footage of the truck and the Malibu going up the road. The truck, oh my God, that truck runs so nice. I've got a little bit more work to do. The governor in the 700R4 on the green truck definitely needs tuned the way I did the Malibu. The shifts are short, stacked, right on top of each other, way too early. It's drivable. I mean, it's okay, but it's not quite right. So I've ordered another governor recalibration kit, and that should be in at JUG's tomorrow, as well as some new power valves, because the truck and the Malibu both have the same issue. If you watched Billy's channel, when you turn the timing down on the Malibu for the nitrous, I took 3 or 4 degrees out of it for spraying nitrous on that car because it's on pump gas. Now we're spraying with racing gas, and I'll go through all that maybe this week. I want to do another video on the Malibu and go through the everything that we did to put the shifter on, or the new shifter handle on with the switches, the nitrous wiring and all that. I'll go through all that later this week. But I'm really having a lot of fun with that Malibu, but it definitely needs a power valve change in it. And so does the truck. They've both got this lean stumble to them, and they're both right out of the box stock carburetors. So, and this is what I wanted to capture. I wanted to show everybody what you have to do to take something right out of the box and tune it, whether it's suspension or nitrous kit or a carburetor or ignition system, whatever it is. We're trying to start with a clean slate with everything. And I'm trying to go step by step and not get too far ahead of everybody. Like, I already know what these things needed. I already knew I could have taken them right out of the box and probably got them really close. But that wouldn't allow me to show on the videos the problem that I fixed, right? If I fixed the problem before I ever put it on the car, that wouldn't do anybody any good. I wouldn't be able to teach anybody. I wouldn't be able to show what the steps are. And, you know, 90% of the people or 99% of the people that buy these products are just going to take them out of the box and bolt them on and hope and pray they run good out of the box. And if they don't, they deal with it, or they just, you know, they just deal with it sometimes. It's good enough, but that's not good enough for me. I got to have my stuff right. And I'd like to show everybody how to get them right, because when they're right, they're so much more enjoyable to drive. There's nothing worse than having a nice looking truck or a nice looking car with a brand new carburetor and new valve covers and all this nice new shiny stuff, and you go to leave a stoplight and it dies. It's just aggravating. It's frustrating. But, you know, hopefully I can share a little bit of stuff with everybody here and try to help people and enjoy their summer a little better this year. Also, one more thing I wanted to mention tonight, and it's something that I wanted to talk about. I've wanted to talk about it before, but I want to bring it up right now, is that if you're out there and you're watching these videos and you want to be part of the car scene, you want to be going to car shows or cruise-ins, or you want to go to car meets, or you want to go to the track, or whatever the case may be. Let's say you're starting out with a clean slate, just like the Malibu, right? Factory V6 car, and you're going to put a small block in it, or a LS motor, or a little 5.3, and you're going to spray it with a carburetor. The cheapest, without question, right now, without question, the cheapest, easiest way to make decent power and have fun is a junkyard 5.3 LS motor. They're plentiful. They're everywhere. A junkyard 5.3 with a little 750 carburetor on it, a nitrous plate. You can't beat it. For the dollar spent and the horsepower return, you can't beat it right now. I mean, that's just all there is. I don't like them. I would never do it. But I mean, that's just because I'm old school. I like old small blocks. But what I'm trying to say is this. No matter what you do, when you first get into it, concentrate more on enjoying your time together with your friends and your family, whoever you're building a car with. Focus on that, because I'm going to tell you something right now. If you go and you talk to anybody at the track, anybody, I don't care who it is, they're all going to tell you the same thing. If you go find the guy with the fastest car there, I'll bet you anything, if you get him to talking about his first street car, man, I had a 1250 car back in 1968 or 1970 or 1980 or 1990. I had a little 1250 car with power steering and power brakes and air conditioning, or Pioneer stereo system and a couple 6x9s. Man, we could just fill it up, pump gas, and drive and cruise all night, and nitrous, and spray a little bit here and there, and street race a little bit. Man, we had the most fun. That was so simple back then. Those were the good old days. Don't let yourself be cheated out of the good old days worrying about what somebody else has. Worry about what you want, what makes you happy. If you like a 5.3 LS nitrous car, fine, go build one, okay? But don't worry about not having the fastest thing at the car meet or at the street races or whatever. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. If you're enjoying it, if you're having fun, if it's what you look forward to, and if you enjoy hanging out with your buddies and working on the car and talking trash and just having a good time, listening to some stereo tunes out here in the shop, whether you like rap music or rock and roll or whatever, just that time, okay, is time well spent, and you'll never get it back. One day you'll want those moments back, and you'll never get it. So that's going to about do it for tonight, guys. I will be back either tomorrow night or the night after. I'm trying to do a video every day. It's just not easy to do one every day. Every other day is much easier for me, but we'll see how it goes. I'll do my best this week to try and hit one every day, but we'll see. I thank you guys for watching. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, buying the merchandise. If you would like to buy some shirts, hats, hoodies, armbands, if you're still interested in trying to win that little 32 Ford signed by Paul LeMatt. I've got an autographed Paul LeMatt 32 Ford over there, 25th scale. If you're still interested in that, get your armbands. We're going to run that deal for a month, and we're going to live draw a winner on that deal, I think the 27th of next month. theoldmansgarage.shop. You can go there and get all your merch, buy your armbands for the giveaway, whatever you guys want, have at it. I got some new stuff coming too. Stay tuned, guys. See you next time.